Hey guys, Death Metal Antichrist here, and today we're going to be talking about bands that I'm not too fond of. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to begin with 6 Feet Under. Now, this isn't exactly an unpopular opinion. Many people fucking hate 6 Feet Under, and I just realized I'm wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt just to fuck you off, Barnes. And the hate for 6 Feet Under, at least in my opinion, for me, is beyond the shitty vocals. It's the genericness. They've never added anything new to the death metal scene, and that, for me, who basically likes every fucking death metal band ever, they haven't provided anything new to the scene. Again, the riffs are kind of mid, and the vocals, I'm not going to say that they were never good. I mean, I'm not going to say that they were once good in 6 Feet Under discography, because that's just not true. And yeah, that's basically why I hate them. And just check out the Noose and Zodiac and their TNT cover. You'll know why. Okay, next up on the list is the Deftones. This is definitely an unpopular opinion, because the Deftones are a very much liked band. Now, the reason I hate the Deftones is mainly the fan base, actually. The fan base is just some of the dumbest shit, the fucking just shittiest fan base I've ever fucking, seen. Basically, the alt rock girls and, just, fucking guys that want to fucking be metal, but they don't listen to any other metal bands besides, maybe, a few Metallica songs or something like that. And basically, it's not just that, their music just doesn't do it for me. It just seems to... nah. I mean, I don't mind that song, My Own Summer, Shove It. That song's alright, but other than that, the Deftones are a band that I never really been fond of. I've always thought they were just kind of shitty, and I'm not a nu metal fan at all. It's the only genre of metal that I fucking hate. So, that's why I don't like them. So yeah, and their songs just don't stand out at all. Oh, Korn. Now, Korn's an iffy one, because I like a few songs. The songs I like from Korn are Bull Tongue, Blind, and Falling Away From Me. Other than that, Korn... Okay, again, it's kind of the same with Deftones. The fan base and the music. The music of Korn is too nu metal-y for me. I'm not a fan of that nu metal style. The bounce riffs, how repetitive the bounce riffs are, and just the hip hoppiness of it. It's just never really been my thing, I guess. I don't have anything against them. They're talented musicians, obviously, and Jonathan's obviously a talented vocalist. And yeah, it's a band that I respect but don't like, basically. So I guess I'll. Now this one next one I don't necessarily hate or not like. It's the newer Arch Enemy. As soon as Alyssa left, basically every. I mean, as soon as Angela left, basically every Arch Enemy, Arch Enemy just seems like the most generic melodeath band ever, in that kind of standard. I've noticed they've added a tint of metalcore and a kind of power metal too, which I wouldn't mind-ish, but still, that's just a really fucking bad mix. If you want good Arch Enemy, you should check out their shit with Angela. That shit slaps, man. Honestly. Yeah, that shit honestly slaps. But the new stuff with Alyssa just seems really generic. It reminds me of a more melodeath version of the new Creator. Weirdly enough, I still have a fucking Creator flag after their new shit. The last few Creator albums were fucking shit, I'm sorry. But yeah, Arch Enemy, I can tell, definitely influenced that, so... That's another reason why. So yeah. Oh yeah, every NSBM band. And this isn't just because they're Nazis. I genuinely think the music is shit. This is coming from someone who's a massive black metal fan. Like, black metal's a top 3 genre for me. Even DSBM is a good genre, but NSBM bands just... the music just sounds the same bullshit. They just never stands out to me. All sounds the fucking same, which I guess you could say about most black metal, but at least some of them have substance and, like, actually, like, originality. Even if they don't have originality, they'll have fucking something to them. And that sets them apart from other stuff. And even if it doesn't set them apart from other stuff, they're good musicians, they're good, like, this, that. Hell, I even like Burzum, but I don't consider them NSBM. And it doesn't help that the guys are Nazis. It really... That's one of the reasons, but... If the music was genuinely good, I probably would like the bands. But no, I'm not an NSBM fan, and that's why. And next one is Bullet for My Valentine. Now, there was a period of time where I didn't mind them. Mainly because of Scream Aimfire. Now, Bullet for My Valentine is genuinely just a band that I avoid nowadays. The guitar sounds are all and drums are alright, but at the same time those are too modern, and the vocals are kind of emo-y. Like, they kind of are. And I feel like even in their newer stuff, like their new album is actually kind of heavy, but still, even in that, you can tell, like, that a bit of it's kind of with that same influence, which I don't like at all, so, you know, I guess I just skip them. Next up is Rings of Saturn. Now, contrary to popular belief, and contrary to every other death metal fan like me, I actually like deathcore. Suicide Silence, Viator's Murder, Carnifex, Whitechapel. Love those bands. Love them with all my heart. Chelsea Grin too. Haven't heard Job for a Cowboy though. But Rings of Saturn, I'm not a prog fan, and I don't like the prog influence in their music. So that's what turns it off for me. And I just think their songs are just genuinely boring. There's not much I can really say about this. At least for me, like I know some people who are really into Rings of Saturn, and that's also fucking fine. But I'm just not a big fan of Rings of Saturn. Sorry. Next up is Dream Theater. Huh, what a coincidence. Dream Theater, again, every time, it's kind of more of a fact of both the vocals, and I'm sorry I'm nitpicking vocals here, I usually don't do that. It's only really with these bands. Like, I listen to Burzum, and Burzum has shit vocals, so yeah. Okay. So, Dream Theater. The vocals, yeah, and the songs, too long and boring. As soon as you'll latch onto one riff or any part of it, it'll change. And that really bothers me because obvious reasons, you know. Next up is Tool. I just never really got into Tool. Don't have many other reasons. Although I do like a couple of their songs. It's kind of like with Korn. What else is there? And the next band on my list is Bring Me the Horizon. I'll admit, I get down with their song Chelsea Smile. That's a good song. And Pray for Plagues. But other than that, even their Sempiternal album, the songs are just too modern metal for me, just too basic, too, like, I respect them as musicians, and, oh yeah, and the fact that they collaborated with Ed Sheeran and also, fuck's his name, MGK, I fucking hate MGK, dudes. MGK, I'll do a whole video one day of why I hate MGK. As a musician and as a person. I just hate that guy so much. Like, they're like That's the Spirit album and their Armo album are like fucking atrocities that should never be listened to. I'm sorry to everyone who likes those albums. I don't really mean anything by it. Sorry, I just had to get that out. Yeah, not a Bring Me the Horizon fan. Sorry, I just can't get down with this stuff. Oh yeah, next up, Poison. I think. Okay, Brett Michaels is a shitty vocalist who's just there for the chickie babes. The guitarist, I can't remember his name. He's a good guitarist, so I'm not going to point him out. And I'm really not a glam metal fan. Glam metal does not do it for me at all. Never been a fan of it. And yeah, that's just kind of why I don't like them. Next up, Asking Alexandria. This is similar to why I hate not hate, I'm not going to use that word, I don't really hate any of these bands. Dislike, Bullet for My Valentine. Asking Alexandria is kind of just... Okay, it's the same thing with Bullet for My Valentine. The modern metal sound, the synths in there, they do my head in. The whiny vocals, and yeah, the fucking band name's terrible too. That's a big turn off from Asking Alexandria, is the band name. Yeah, so that's a big turn off. So yeah. Alright, now, those are the only bands I can really think that I genuinely can dislike enough to put on this list. So yeah. I guess I'll see you next time, guys, and make sure to follow my band on Instagram, Bloodhunt Metal, no spaces. It's just Bloodhunt as one word, and metal with no space, like metal on there as well. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. I'll see you guys next time, and stay brutal.